Jr. hair is all over the place. I didn't even realize that.
He's got the weirdest body.
He kind of does, yeah.
Because he's not fat, but like he's super wide.
He's the one
And
who
he's
he missed the
thick.
jumper here at the end. Like, man, like,
I don't know
ugh.
if I've seen him. Harper.
He does not look like
Yeah,
Ron
Google
Harper.
him.
Yeah.
He looks like his dad in the face, and that's it. He's not as tall as his dad.
Oh.
I mean, he's got his dad's
Like,
athleticism.
oh.
Look how. Do you have like a full body, Caleb?
Yeah.
He's super wide, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got really broad shoulders.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Ronnie Harper was like kind of scrawny. But
Ronnie.
oh, boy.
Anytime someone says the name Ron, I hear Champ Kind's voice.
His high school
Ronnie.
was Dickman.
No, it wasn't. You're making that up.
Went to
He's
Dickman
wearing
High
a
School?
jersey that says Dickman.
Wait a
Dickman.
minute. And it's
It could be
Dickman.
Dykeman, I guess. There's a Y in it. So maybe
Oh,
it's Dykeman.
That's even worse. Either way, you just don't win. You can't win.
no. Well, we'll do some research on that later, but for now, it's the Master of Unlocking podcast. And
Speaking of Dickman.
speaking of Dickman or Dykeman or I don't even know.
Before you kick it off, Logan,
Mhm.
I don't ask for a complete stay of execution.
Mhm.
But my quesalupa is in transit.
What is
Okay,
up with your late night? Like, oh my god, I forgot to do the fast food challenge. I have to DoorDash this thing.
I forgot.
So
Forgot.
We discussed this yesterday.
I know.
Should we come back to that
I
then?
guess we're just gonna
Yes.
come back to it. Yeah. So at
There you
some
go.
point is your bell going to ring? Your doorbell gonna ring?
Dong. No, my phone will tell me.
Oh, your phone will tell you, and then you just need to go and pick it up from the upstairs.
Yep, my phone will tell me.
Okay.
No.
My
do
door
it.
will not ring per instructions.
Oh
So.
yeah. Well, so they do not wake up your children,
Mhm.
but watch, they'll ring the doorbell anyway, and your children will wake up.
No, they're well tested.
They are okay. You've tested these DoorDash folks at this point.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
They know. Hmm.
Okay. They know your house. They're like, hey, no, don't do it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we will dive into the fast food challenge later then. But for now, that means this week we've had Jason's top 100, we've had my top 100. Now, last but not least, it's Caleb's top 100.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry, yeah, we're jumping right in here.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Get at
Let's
it.
see if I can share my screen here.
Oh yeah.
Screen.
Hopefully you can
That.
share your own screen.
Okay. Are you guys seeing that?
Yep, Ron Harper. Yep.
Mm,
Oh, yeah. I'm still on Ron Harper.
there it is.
Glad we're still on Ron Harper stats.
There it is.
Let me make that. Oop.
Yeah, we're gonna
Huge.
make it a
Yep,
little bigger.
very- there's Ron.
Okay.
Yep. There's,
Ron.
as you can see, Ron Harper in 1992 averaged 37 minutes.
Dude.
Wow, that's a lot of
40
minutes.
Yeah. But anyway,
Mhm.
Wow.
as you can see here, we're going to go through Caleb's top, what is that, 753 games of all time. So we'll start here at the bottom at 753.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So we're
Wow.
pro-
Okay.
Hold on a
You're gonna have to
second.
zoom in on that. That's
Oh, okay.
Is this your complete? This isn't your library. Is this your library?
Is that working? Is that bigger?
yeah. That's getting better.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it's maybe one more. Maybe
Maybe
zoom
one
in
more?
one more here. Because
Okay, how
it's
about that?
maybe
better?
one more for the people with the small YouTube screens.
Okay.
There we go. Because I'm looking
No,
at this.
yeah, this is just everything.
Okay, so you own 753 games?
No, this is the games that I've completed.
Oh my. Okay.
I believe there's probably some stuff I'm missing, but I'm not gonna.
Gosh, I
it's
feel like
fine.
I don't even know if I could do this list.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Okay.
We're going to here, which is the favorites tab,
Mm-hmm.
and we're starting. We're just doing 35. Just
Okay.
35.
What about the so close?
I can't rank these. It's so hard to rank.
Okay.
I was having a lot of trouble, and I'm like, you know what? Just gonna stop at 35. That's good enough. That's tier 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we'll start here at Uncharted 2.
Okay.
Number 35. 34, Danganronpa D3, which
Was
has, in retrospect, moved up on my top 10 list. A lot of this stuff
Mhm.
going to be way rearranged from my top 10 lists. If you try to
Mm.
match these two lists up, it's not going to work.
Because sometimes time passes and things you have a fondness for something that you may not have had a fondness for that year that it came out. I'm with
Yeah.
you there. That some would say that Danganronpa was the number 11 game of the year in 2017, I believe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
it
right.
might have been,
Or top 34 of all time,
or
depending
could
on who
be.
you
I
ask.
don't know. Just depends on who you ask. Yeah.
Demon Souls. I did not classify the remake or not. It's just both.
Okay, that's fair.
It's basically the same game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Banjo Kazooie, the first one.
Hey, that's an older game.
Mm-hmm.
Premonition. Yeah. So
We were talking about this list skewing newer than the old
Right.
man on the podcast, but that's
but you got
older game.
you got 3 or 4 relatively new generation, and then one that's a little older. So let's go up. Go up to there.
Whoa,
I guess.
okay.
I just scrolled there, so we'll just stop there. Bioshock.
Wait, you skipped Deadly Premonition.
You did.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Deadly Premonition. Right.
It's right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bioshock.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed 4. That is the best Assassin's Creed, in my opinion.
Debatable.
So no more
It's
Assassin's
good.
Creeds on this
Maybe
list.
it's the second best.
It might be the second
know.
best. I think I'm with you there. I think it might be the second best.
Yeah. Resident
like
Evil
that.
4.
That gives me the warm and fuzzies right there.
Yeah,
Resident
that's
Evil 4.
I guess that's a little bit. It's not super old. That's still GameCube.
That game's probably at least 15 years old at this point.
Yeah, but nothing like you guys.
It's not 30 years old
No,
though,
yeah,
like some of ours.
Okay, that's fair.
Hotline Miami, which in art
Hells
style
yeah.
feels like it might be old, but it's not.
Oh,
And then this is maybe the oldest game on the list. I have to look. But
so are
Final
you talking
Fantasy
about
Final
SNES?
Fantasy, that'd be Final Fantasy
Final Fantasy
3.
VI?
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 3 US.
Got it. Just so I'm tracking.
Yeah. GTA 5
Yep.
is here for sure.
Excellent. Yep. Good for you.
And then Dark Souls. There's a couple of series on this list that are very well represented. You'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Borderlands 2. By far and away the best co-op experience I've ever had. Love that, playing that game in co-op. And then another great co-op experience, Borderlands 2. God of War 2018. This was hard to place because it's still a little new in my mind.
I like that it's that high though. I like that part of it.
Yeah.
Did you platinum that, Caleb?
I did, yes.
You and Logan both.
It's not a hard platinum, so yeah. Arkham Asylum. I think this is where I differ from both of you. I think Asylum is probably my favorite of all of those.
You can't go wrong. Either City or Asylum, you're not going to get an argument from me.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 9, which I think that made your list, didn't it, Jason?
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
was a Jason list, not me.
Yeah. I totally agree with that too. It's great.
Stardew Valley, that's as high up as I could get it. I just couldn't go any higher with that.
Still too high,
unfortunately.
Great.
Link's Awakening.
That's also old.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's the oldest because that's
it's
a Game Boy game.
Yeah, it has to. That game feels like 92, 93 to me in my head.
Yeah.
To the internet.
And this is definitely the Game Boy version and not the remake. The remake's fine, but
is that the one they just did recently?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Yep. I'll continue.
I don't know what this is on the top, by the way.
Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, which is the second of the Zero Escape games, which are visual novels. They also have a kind of escape the room mechanic to them. But that one is phenomenal. I'll scroll up a little bit more.
Can you star that for me?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is. I want to make sure that when we look at the list one more time.
Link's Awakening is 1993, by the way.
Oh, 0.
Yeah. Good call, though.
There it is. V has come to at 15.
And this is where my list shifts over time because that and Bloodborne came out at the same time. Originally, I had them switched, but I think in retrospect,
I like
Bloodborne is better.
It's one more step above. Okay.
Resident Evil 7.
That seems high to me.
That does seem high to me.
I don't think I knew that you had that kind of love for RE7. I love it. I like it too. I just didn't know that you liked it that much.
Yeah. I mean, how many times did I play through that? Probably
4,
6
5.
or 7.
Oh
Oh
wow, that
wow.
many.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know you played through it that much.
Yeah, because I was trying to speed run it for a little bit there.
Wow, well done. Okay.
Persona 4.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Which
Do you have the highest of all of us?
Well, 5 isn't that we haven't seen 5 yet.
Oh, sorry. I read that as 5.
No, that is
Jeez,
4.
sorry. Thank you.
That's 4, yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
Another series that's well represented.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
The first one. Second one did not make the list.
That's fair.
Yeah. In retrospect, again, God of War snuck ahead of it.
Solid game.
Chrono Trigger at number 10. Bully at number 9.
Wait, is it Bully or Bully Scholarship Edition?
They're the same thing.
Ah, damn it.
Logan just likes the trailer.
Bully,
Scholarship
Edition.
Mass Effect 2, definitely the best of the Mass Effects.
I agree.
And Persona 3.
Okay.
And
Also
if I
very
scroll
good.
up any higher, you're going to see my top 5, I think. So
Okay, we'll just go one at a time. So if you can you just move your cell one at a time?
Maybe do this.
Yeah, select that cell.
Well, there we go. Oh, it did two.
I could do that. Okay.
Select the cell. Yep.
And then just move up.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. But I think we're good here. So.
But this is fine.
Snake Eater.
Yeah. Which I was very surprised that was very low on Logan's list because I think Jason and I had it very high.
It was the food.
I love it.
It was the food thing for me.
I had Caleb, it's like 7 or 8 on my list, something like that.
Yeah.
It's close to my top games. I can see Snake kind of climbing the brackets of this very long spreadsheet. He just keeps going.
Yeah.
Going, and the music's kind of slowly kicking in. What a thrill.
Number 5 is Persona 5.
You have it higher than all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours, Logan?
Keeps creeping up.
It fell to like 12, I think, for me.
Did it? It's at 15 for me, so I'm the low man. We still all love that game, though.
So, any guesses from here?
Final Fantasy 7. Well, are we just guessing what number 4 is, or just what your top 5 are? The rest of your top 4.
Well, I guess I showed you number 5. So the top 4. What do you think they are?
Final Fantasy 7, for sure.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 10.
I feel like both of those might be up there.
I think they are. And so 7 and 10.
Is Bioshock up there too?
The original Bioshock was further down.
Was it on the list already?
I'm trying to remember if he liked Infinite as much as I did.
No.
I
know the answer to that.
I think so too.
It's not Infinite.
I like this. I like keeping you guys guessing.
On.
I know. I'm thinking
it's definitely 7. Logan, it's not Last of Us, is it?
No,
I mean, he doesn't love either of those games
Last
as
of
much
Us
as I do.
No, and we know Red Dead's not on. Red Dead 1 has already been on there. What GTA?
Shadow of the Colossus isn't up there, is it? No. Is it hiding up there, Logan?
No.
No. Yeah, probably not.
He would have fought harder for it when we had that remake discussion that day.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably MK11.
It could be, yeah. Ooh. What about Kingdom Hearts 1?
It's. I would be shocked. I would be shocked.
I'm gonna go to 4. Here we go. It's Shadow.
Oh.
Oh. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, Logan.
Yes.
If it was Shadow of the Colossus, that leaves 3 slots left.
And I think we know it's 2 Final Fantasy games, right?
Final Fantasy 10 and 7.
10 and 7.
But we're still missing a game, right? Did we think it was something else? Is there a Rockstar game? You think it's GTA 4? No.
No, I don't think it's GTA 4.
Is it a Rockstar game?
Is it GTA 3? GTA Vice City?
Is it a crazy anime game?
It could be crazy anime
it's
bullshit.
Not Vice City. I've actually never played Vice City.
Oh, wow. Either have I. So,
is it
San Andreas?
Is it Panda Express?
Is it Panda Express? Is it okay? Let's close your eyes now. Put yourself in Caleb's house for a minute, and think about what statues and stuff are
Demon
around.
Souls is
Oh.
already on the list, right?
Yeah, Demon Souls is
So
already there.
so is
Mhm.
Dark Souls. Oh, Logan, what about Sekiro?
No, I don't think so.
Not as high as Bloodborne, right?
No. What about like a no? Because I think we talked about this already. It wouldn't be like Chrono Trigger or something like that.
We already saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be fairly new.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't like any other Uncharted games other than 2. Because we shouldn't say you don't like them, but
Well, let me go to 3 because you guys you did call
You're-
number 3.
okay.
You have number 3.
Okay.
That's Final
Okay.
Fantasy
Yeah.
10.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X.
It's
So it's
it's
number
the
2.
second game.
It's the second game because we all know it's.
Seven's it.
I'm trying to think of anything else it would be because I
Had
can't.
this conversation so many times with Caleb.
And it's not. I mean.
I know why this is hard for both of you.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Oh, maybe we haven't had this conversation.
Oh, Breath of the Wild.
I don't think it's that, but let's see.
Fair
I'm out
guess?
of. Well, hold on.
I think Breath of the Wild is my guess. I think that's what it is.
Deadly Premonition was already on there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that would be the highest one of those games.
It's either Breath of the Wild or another Zelda game that like Majora's Mask or something that I
It's not a Mario game, is it? There's no way, right, Logan?
No, I think it's a Zelda game. I think it's either Breath of the Wild or like I can't, what's the other one that's not it's not Twilight Princess. What's the other 64 one?
Ocarina of Time?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
That
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
there we go. I
okay.
couldn't think of what it was. I was like, what was that other one? Because it was like Majora's Mask is like one of those like games that.
Thanks for
not
just
everybody
hitting
loved
up.
it.
That was
Yeah.
a good time to hit up, Caleb.
Yeah.
Put,
Yeah,
us,
we
put,
worked
us,
ourselves
put
through
us
it.
out of our misery.
Well, I understand why that was hard for you guys because neither of you are really big into Zelda. So
Yeah. So we maybe haven't talked about it as much.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
and then
and when
obviously
you
Final
look back on
Fantasy
your
VII.
shelf, Jason, I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be back there.
Yeah, neither
Yeah,
of us have a
I
single
knew-
Zelda game.
I
back
knew
there.
like maybe some of your top 5, top 10 would be mixed in there, maybe, but
Yeah. And then obviously it's
There's-
7.
Mhm.
Maybe that will be the remake at some point, but I think it's too early to judge that.
Oh yeah, it's not a
Well-
complete package yet.
Yeah.
yeah. You guys let me off
the other
hook
thing I
with that.
wanted to do here, though, before we get off of this spreadsheet, is go to this last tab here.
The bad tab.
My
Oh, no.
worst games of all time.
Oh no.
So this goes from worst to less worse, I guess.
Oh, so the worst game is
Yes.
Canon
And-
Lynch 2.
Oh, they actually just fit all in one sheet here.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
I never
yeah,
played
Canon Lynch 2
Canon Lynch
is
2.
the worst game I've ever played. I have
Mhm.
decided. Canon Lynch 2, Dog Days.
I don't
worst
think I ever
game
played
of
it.
all time. It's terrible. Followed very closely by Duke Nukem Forever because that game sucks.
It's not good.
Mhm.
The Space Jam game on Saturn barely works, so that's why that's there. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse, terrible, just
Never
awful.
played
I
it.
own that, and I've never played it. I own a copy of it.
Yep. Aliens Colonial Marines, another game that's just completely
Wait,
broken.
You
skipped
missed Fast and Furious Crossroads.
But I
Oh,
know it's
sorry, Fast and
forgettable.
Which
Furious
we
Crossroads.
recently got your thoughts
Yeah.
on a recording.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I, in when I was making this list, I was kind of surprised that didn't go higher.
Mm.
But those 4 above it are, yeah, way worse. Aliens Colonial Marines, Animal Soccer World, which you can watch a full playthrough of on the channel if you would like.
Well done.
Right.
Which is
Why?
mostly just a 40-minute long, poorly animated video.
Mhm.
Quantum Theory. Did you guys ever?
What is Quantum Theory?
It was on the 360,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a Gears of War knockoff.
Oh.
And it was really, really bad. And I don't know why I played all the way through it, but I did. So it's on this list.
Yeah.
Detroit Become Human.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Oh
it's
man,
bad.
it's not great, but it wasn't that bad, was it?
I don't like that game at all. I think it's bad.
What was the thing? So he was like,
Oh,
"You
Metal Gear
fucking cocksucker,
Is there?
Perkins.
Perkins, you fucking cocksucker." That still makes me laugh.
Detective Pikachu. Just terrible. Just really bad.
Was that a DS game?
It was a 3DS game.
3DS
yeah.
game,
And
okay.
the puzzles were very clearly made for like 4-year-olds.
Mm.
Really, really bad. Barkley, Shut Up and Jam, Gaiden.
What? Why
Um,
Gaiden?
it
Is there a
was
difference
it
here?
was it was just a really bad RPG. They were trying to make it like I don't even know what they were trying to go for, but it was really terrible. Oculus Trip, Undead and Undressed. This is the one where your attacks rip off layers of clothing, and your goal in the battle is just to get everyone as naked as possible. Don't
What
again.
platform
Don't
is
know why-
this?
I don't know why I played all the way through that, but I did. So Terminator Salvation, I can tell you why I played all the way through that is because of the
I've played
1,000
that
gamer
one.
score.
Yeah.
Did
That
you do the
game.
glitch?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because
Nice.
you had to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But
But
you
you
could go
could.
straight to the last level, and yep.
Well done. Well done.
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed 3. So we're getting into not necessarily just terrible games, but like just massive disappointments.
Yeah,
Is where we're getting
Assassin's
into
Creed 3
now.
was not good.
Beyond Two Souls, we have
You and
another
David
game that
Cage,
is
man.
here. Yep, him and I just don't see eye to eye, I guess. But
I don't
can
like
continue to
Beyond
play
very
through
much
it.
either.
I never even played it. If that tells
It's
you anything.
it's pretty
The thing
rough.
that really irritated me about that game was the ending. I thought the ending was just the worst.
It was
Battleborn,
bad.
huge disappointment. Anarchy Reigns, another huge disappointment. Crackdown 3, I mean, everybody knows Crackdown 3 was just not a good game. Need for Speed from 2015. This is the one with the live action, the FMV stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was not good. It was every NPC was super annoying, just not good. So yeah, there you go. There's the worst games on this list. Everything else, actually, most of everything else fits into this good category. I think there's like almost 500 games on here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What falls into these what is these so close category? Is that
these aren't ranked at all.
Okay.
So
But these are the ones that would like if you were to fill out a top 100.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what he's going to get.
Yeah. Oh, this is perfect timing, actually.
It is. So yeah, what are these then?
So yeah, these are the games that I initially had on the top 100 that I just cut, and I'm like, I can't like.
You can't really.
How are you going to compare these two games? Like, I just don't. I don't want to do it, so I didn't.
Just scroll. Let's give it a quick scroll here. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me when to keep scrolling.
Katamari Damacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts at least made it.
Kingdom Hearts is there. Yeah, you were
okay. It made a so close category. Life is Strange. I feel good about that. All the Metal Gears are on there, including Peace Walker.
I love Peace Walker.
I never played it. So that's on me for not playing it. Metro 2033 because the most recent one was Exodus, right?
Yeah, I didn't ever. Okay. I don't think I ever went back and played it, but the beginning just didn't do anything for me, so I didn't.
Oh, your Phoenix Wright games.
Yeah. Well, two of them. Those are the best two for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them there are. Red Dead 2, Pyre, Resident Evil 2, that most recent one. Oh, your Return to the Oberdin, Saints Row the Third, Mario 64. Yeah, how'd your Marios go on here? So yeah,
oh god,
Mario 64,
a lot
Galaxy.
of Mario on here.
Yeah, I mean those. Yeah, I'm with you. You just don't have the affinity for the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo ones like we had, where
the 2D
really
Marios just don't do anything for me.
You see, I tried to get into Galaxy and Galaxy 2, and I tried to play those, and I couldn't get into them. I don't know what it was about them, but yeah, Odyssey I love. So
yeah.
I
think it's because you played Odyssey first. You got spoiled by it.
That's probably true. Like going back to a game like that, which is when I went back and played Mario 64, I was like, oh boy, this didn't age well at all.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 made it on there. Look
at
that.
Last of Us Part 2 made it, but
not
Part 1
not
did
The Last of Us. So, okay. I'm okay with that. There's a couple Zeldas.
I think the thing for me was the gameplay in The Last of Us got really repetitive in the first one. So
I got to tell you, I'm real excited to see that Titanfall 2 on that list. I'm real excited to see that there.
The campaign is fantastic.
It's so good. And then first Uncharted, huh?
Yeah, just the first one.
Yeah, see, for me, the first one is the worst. I don't know why.
I think for me, it's because that was like the system seller for me to get a
Mm.
PS3. So
Yeah, and
I
I think
have
I
very
already had a
fond memories of that.
PS3, so it was for me. It was just kind of like, oh, here's this game that's like trying to be Tomb Raider but just sucks at it. And then Uncharted 2 came out, and it was like, whoa, this thing's crazy.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I think we can all agree that 2 is the best one.
I think Jason likes 4 better,
Oh, you might be right. You might be right.
but for me, it goes 2, 4, 3, 1.
Yeah, I could see that. I didn't like 4 as much because I thought the pacing was a little bit bad.
Oh, well, but I forgot. It's for me. It's 2, 4, Lost Legacy,
Yeah,
3, 1.
Lost Legacy is fantastic.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the pacing. That game was what, 8 hours long, and it
Right.
was
Yeah.
perfectly paced. Like everything.
Yeah.
Wow, this DoorDash is taking a while. Either that or he's trying to
Yeah.
eat. He's eating off camera. I bet he's
Maybe.
eating off camera. That's
Maybe.
fair. I mean, we could just make this a mukbang video too, and just.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason's mukbang quesalupa experience. We'll get into it. It'll be fine.
I guess I didn't give you guys the chance to. That's all. Never mind the favorites. I didn't give you guys a chance to question any of this. Is there any glaring mistakes that you see here?
I mean,
You
was
guys
we
were
with
surprised that I like Resident Evil 7 so much.
Back to your so close list. Did Bioshock Infinite make that so close list, or is it?
No, it didn't.
No. Okay, just
I don't-
curious.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
have the
I think
affinity
it's
for
on
it
the
like I
great
did.
tab.
It's in the great tab. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, here's my question for you, because now that you've like put these into categories, where was Kingdom Hearts 3?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Which means it's mediocre.
Good is where the vast majority of stuff went, because it was like, here's a game that I completed, and there's nothing particularly wrong with it, so it goes in the good.
You're kidding me.
Put it on the Kingdom Hearts 3 box.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly wrong with it. The master of unlocking.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what just happened in the games, Jason. Holy cow.
It had to be pretty bad to be on the bad list. So
those are some bad video games.
Yeah, those were bad games. I mean, Crackdown 3, I was in your boat. I played all the way through it, and I don't know why. I think there was literally nothing out, and I was just like, eh. Although at the same time, I would say Crackdown 2 was a worse game.
It was probably more disappointing.
Yeah, that could be. At least with Crackdown 3, I knew I had a chance of being disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 2 is just like what is this? Where did this come from? Why is this so terrible?
Jason, is there anything that you wanted to question or suggest?
I thought I would know everything on this list, but that's not the case for Zero Escape.
Okay.
I'm a little bit. I don't know, Caleb. Honestly, like I didn't know about Legend of Zelda. I didn't know about Ocarina, and I was surprised about RE7. But then I remember your speedrunning phase, and that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And your list is smaller, a little bit smaller than what we did for us. So I don't want to start moving things around in sheets, because you've already really thought about like this hard line in the sand between the best of the best and then everything else. Can you go back to the So Close tab for me? Yeah, there's lots of good stuff in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more surprised that there wasn't like as much of a like your collectathon style game in there.
Yeah.
Banjo, right? Banjo's the one on there.
Yeah, that was
2 make this list. It didn't. It probably should have. It didn't. Probably should have. Also, Nuts and Bolts. Really good game.
I never got into those. I tried. They just never grabbed me for whatever reason.
You will notice this was very close to making it.
Doki Doki
Literature Club.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I'm surprised Final Fantasy VIII isn't on your best of the best list.
You know, here's the thing about Final Fantasy VIII. I don't know if I've actually ever beaten it.
I remember you saying that. Yeah, I do remember that at one point. I think we were talking about that when we were standing in line at PAX when we were waiting for the Final Fantasy VII remake thing. I think you talked about never finishing 8. So I remember thinking like, that wasn't really a winner for you.
I think it's great, but I can't move it any higher because I don't know if I actually did or not.
How many copies of it do you own?
At least 3, because
That's what I
actually,
thought.
yeah, 3 at least, because I have the disc, the PS1 disc. I have it on Switch and I have it on PC. So
Can you
I'm a
scroll through the rest of this list real quick?
yeah. So there's
It's there, yeah.
So there's 4. There's San Andreas. That makes sense. There's Final Fantasy
Mhm.
8. There's LA Noire. So this is where our taste intersects, Caleb. I don't think that. Well, we do love some of the same games, like Final Fantasy 7, obviously, for
Mhm.
example. Our favorite, my second favorite of all time. But then I don't know. I feel like more my list goes probably more mainstream at the top than yours for sure.
Same.
probably right.
Mhm.
Probably bigger AAA stuff on
Mhm.
yours
And old AAA
yeah,
stuff
old
too.
AAA stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at your top 10 and how many of those are Japanese RPGs, it's like what, 6 or
All of
7 out of
them.
10. I mean,
Mass
Yeah,
Effect's not.
how is Yakuza going, by the way?
Oh yeah, right on it. I'm at the end.
let's see,
Good for you.
one,
I thought so.
2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, unless you, because I don't know if you count Zelda as a Japanese RPG.
No.
So 5
No,
out
I
of
wouldn't.
10 are Japanese RPGs.
Yeah. And made by Square.
Yeah.
Well, like, the Personas aren't.
Well, there's 2 that aren't, and then 3 Square games.
Yeah. It's a lot for me, like it's a lot of the same series. For you guys, I feel like it was more all over the place. But for mine, it's just like, here's a lot from this series of games that are on my list.
I mean, I had 3 Metal Gear games, a couple
Oh,
Final Fantasies. But
that reminds me.
Mhm.
We know what Logan's favorite franchise is. We know what Caleb's is. What's mine? We didn't talk about that on my list, but it was
That's
clear.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Is it easy, Logan? Caleb thinks it's easy.
I feel like it's a tie between like 3 of them.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Okay.
I feel like it's a tie between Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, and Metal Gear. Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's
Just
Mortal
based
Kombat.
on yeah, Caleb. Yeah, but that's just based on the amount of titles on that list.
But there's also that many. There's 11 Mortal Kombats to choose from. There's 6 Metal Gears, and I guess
Good
there's
point.
7 Resident Evils.
In the
But
time
nobody
I've
talks
known
about
you,
yeah.
you've been obsessed with 2 Mortal Kombat games.
Have I really? Yeah. Okay. Both 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
You played a lot of 10, and I know you played even more of 9. So
Yeah. And I've probably crossed into more than 9 territory with 11 at this point.
yeah.
Oh, I would say definitely for
Yeah.
sure. If there was an hour
That's
counter on
but
all of
what's
those.
weird. So Caleb's correct, but besides MK11, MK11 is the highest one on my list. So I guess in the
There's lots of
amount
them
of
there,
games,
yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Logan, that makes me think maybe it could be like 1A, 1B with Metal Gear because I've got a lot of Metal Gear on my list.
Mm-hmm.
How many Metal Gears are on your scale? 2, 5, and 3.
Yeah, but his also doesn't go into the, the top 100. But yet there was 3 where all the rest of the Metal Gear games were on your so close list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like literally all of them.
the rest of them were all there.
Except for 2. I don't know if 2 was. I don't think 2 was.
It was there.
Was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Logan was looking for it.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, made sure it was there. Because I have 4 on my list. I think. Yeah, all of them, but Snake Eater. Well, I guess I didn't count Acid. And 4.
Acid doesn't count.
I don't know. Or not Snake Eater. Why did I say Snake Eater? Blah, I can't talk. What, the PSP one? Oh my gosh, just
Peace Walker.
Peace Walker. I just saw it. Snake Eater was just low. It was like number 80 or something on my list.
Logan, you might be onto something with this Metal Gear thing.
Metal Gear?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. No, 5. 4 is the only one that's not on my wall.
Same. Yeah.
MK11, MK9, MK3, MK Trilogy. Okay, well.
It's a tie.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
it's a tie.
Yeah, it's a tie.
But yeah, I mean they're all there. I mean they're just they're completely different style game too, so not sure how much that counts.
So how's that quesalupa?
Yeah, where are we at with this quesalupa here? Are we about done?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Finished.
Okay.
Is that all you
Are we
ordered?
ready to transition?
Yeah. Just the quesalupa.
Wow,
like
okay.
$14.
Dedication.
You
Yep.
spent $14 to have a quesalupa delivered to your house?
I mean, it was that or just not review it. So
We could have figured out something.
I know. I made the call. I know. It was on me. I made the call. It was my call. My call only. It's not your fault.
All right. Next, I'm going to start just sending you reminders every day. Have you had the food challenge? Have you had the food
appreciate
challenge?
that.
Okay, we're going to have to do this.
You're on your way to pick up your kids. Pick up your food challenge. You've got
Yes.
5 shots at this.
Okay.
Do you want my review? I just ate it.
Let's hear this. The
I
just
thought
ate
it was
review.
fucking terrible. It was gross.
Really?
It was the worst fast food challenge we've had yet. Whatever that was, it was disgusting. It was gross. All of it.
Is it because it was soggy and got delivered to you probably like 20 minutes later than after it was made?
Maybe, but is there supposed to be any kind of melted cheese at all between those two shells?
Yes.
Like at all? Mine was fried to a crisp. It was disgusting. There wasn't any cheese in the middle. It was just hard, gross charredness. And it tasted just rough. It was gross. Gross. I give it a 0.
Whoa.
I give it a 0. It was disgusting. It was gross.
It was the best chalupa thing I've ever had from there.
There you go.
Mine
was prepared wrong. I don't know.
Decently good, and I would say that mine tasted like a fast food chimichanga, if there is such a thing.
I think I just don't like chalupas. That's what I've decided.
Yeah, I don't like chalupas,
chalupas
either. Yeah, see, I don't like chalupas, but I liked this.
This was definitely better than that cheesy chalupa.
Oh, that thing was awful.
Yeah, that thing was not good. But still, just not, I don't know. Did not live up to the hype.
It's still, I mean, when I say this is better than it's the best chalupa I've ever had, this still gets a 5 from me.
So, yeah, I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to go with actually, I'll give it a 4 because it was okay.
Yeah, it was edible.
Yeah. I also got a Crunchwrap Supreme. That was way better. Way better.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. We have a lot of options, I feel like, this week.
Go for it.
So we've got all 3 chicken sandwiches at McDonald's, which I suggest that we do them all 3 at once. But maybe that's a thing that we do in like a live podcast or something. Because there's the
deluxe. Should we divide and conquer?
There's because there's the regular, and then which is just chicken and pickles. The deluxe, which is mayonnaise, lettuce, and tomato, and then the spicy, which is just the chicken, but like some crazy spicy sauce on it. So
I say we do that together and we split them and all have.
Oh yeah,
I
like that
individual.
Okay, we can do that. All right, the other options that we have, Chipotle now has a quesadilla that appears that they keep throwing at me as I keep watching basketball games, and it looks better and better every time.
Chipotle is not fast food.
Is it not?
No. There's like a quality threshold there that we're running up against.
We've done.
I need my food not to be
consider it that way.
No. So flies on open cases of meat, fresh made guacamole. These are different things, Logan.
I don't know.
Like Caleb break the tie. I don't know.
I guess I'm just thinking if you don't sit
what
down.
What are the other options? I guess would be.
I saw something terrible from Sonic.
Right.
Unless what's your website say that's new out there?
Oh, I didn't look.
What was that thing called again?
Chew Boom?
Foodsmasher.org or whatever it's called.
Chew Boom. There was some new thing from Sonic that looked terrible.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Is that the butter grilled bacon
Yeah.
cheese? I can't, guys. I don't know. I
Um,
don't know. That thing's got like like that's a schizophrenic cheeseburger.
um,
I'll do it if everybody wants to, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Wait a second. Duncan has
chicken croissant
food?
breakfast sandwich. Yeah,
I thought
they have random breakfast food.
I did not know that they. Oh, is it only breakfast though?
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, it's hard to get to breakfast for me anyway.
That is funny. Gosh, what would be the other thing? The Big Hearty, or what is it?
Oh, but that's a part of the Big Mac challenge.
That
No.
is part of the Big Mac
I mean,
challenge.
you're opening up Pandora's burger box again with that.
That's true.
Because if we're gonna have the Big Hearty, then we gotta have the Big King, and we gotta have the Big Mac.
And then we gotta have a Whopper. Or no,
No,
the Big King is
King.
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot it is the Big King. I'm looking through this. I'm going on your Chew Boom site here and looking through stuff.
Chipotle shows up on this site, Jason.
Is that the hey dude, I will do it gladly. I will get Chipotle every day of the week. I'm fine with it. But in my mind, it's just there's a quality threshold that we're going up against in my head. But I'm good. I'm good.
I think if it is a chain restaurant that you can order from like that, I think if there is no sit down option where a waiter or waitress comes to your table, I think that qualifies.
That's the distinction? Okay.
I just in my head that seems like it should qualify. So now you're talking. So what is that considered? Fast casual? Is that what that?
That opens it up to like a if you were thinking that
a Panera,
like
Panera has a drive-through. Blaze Pizza would fall in that category. Noodles and Company would fall in that category.
Now we're getting classier, and I'm okay with it. But these places you're talking about. These are not McDonald's.
No,
these are not Hardee's.
No, but at some point we run the gamut on some of these things, and we got to branch out.
Yeah, let's do it. I like it.
So
the new quesadilla?
The new quesadilla from
Chipotle. From Chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. Love it. I'm excited.
And get whatever you want, chicken, steak, whatever you feel.
I'll have no problem fulfilling this requirement.
Okay. Yeah, Chipotle offers Dash Pass subscribers $8 off any order. Blah, includes the quesadilla, which that's what they.
It's an only app thing, right?
Yeah, you can't like walk in. You have to use their app, which I find hilarious. Like, really, if somebody walks in and says, "I'd like a quesadilla," are they going to say, "No, I'm sorry, you have to go download the app first"?
They're probably trying to keep their people safe. It's actually really smart. Like, download our app. Don't come in and order. Don't breathe on us. Like,
yeah. Jason, do you have Dash Pass?
I do. Free. I signed up for the free trial or whatever.
So here you go. If you put a quesadilla in your cart and then also have over $25 in your cart, you will get $8 off.
Done.
So there you go.
Easy. Kids, quesadilla, you guys share this. We'll get 2 bowls apiece. Chips, guac. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
We literally keep this Chipotle open over here on College. They have payroll deduct set up for me. No, I'm kidding.
It's just all right. I think that works. All right. Any I guess we've all been watching a lot of basketball, except for Caleb. What have you been watching? Anything else other than?
I've watched so much.
Anything worth noting? I'll put it
I
that way.
had the week off, so I watched TV, and the weather was terrible for the most part.
Yeah.
So I watched TV for like 4 straight days. So I have a lot. Let me get my list here, just to make sure I don't miss anything. I don't think I talked about The Bridge, did I? On here,
the FX show The Bridge or the Swedish show The Bridge?
The HBO Max show The Bridge.
There's a new The Bridge.
Yeah, there's a new The Bridge.
Okay.
So The Bridge is a competitive reality show where they take 12 people out to this like remote lake in the middle of, I think it's England, somewhere in the UK. And there's an island on the middle of this lake. And if they can build a bridge from the side of the lake to that island in 20 days, they get to keep the 100,000 pounds that are on this island. So they have 20 days to do it. They throw in like a bunch of different twists throughout this, and it does an amazing job at like focusing you in on the contestants, and just the way that they do the twists like really brings out their personalities, because they give them really tough decisions. Like you can do this and then it benefits you personally, but you're really going to screw over your team. So you really get to see the true nature of the people, and how they approached it. I really enjoyed it. Also, James McAvoy does the voiceover, like the
It's random.
yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, really enjoyed that one.
And it's on
Logan-
HBO Max.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. Logan, you and I both watched Last Chance U basketball.
I've not finished Last
You've
Chance
not finished
U,
it yet.
but
Jason, have you seen this at all?
I haven't started that. No, you guys were talking about it, and I will watch it eventually.
It's incredible. It's definitely my favorite unscripted show of the year so far.
You know what we should do?
Mm-hmm.
We should do like a noteworthy what we're watching spreadsheet
We could do that.
if we're our group, because I feel like it's easier for games, especially right now, because it's so thin. Like games we're gonna know on the top of our heads. Like even if Caleb's playing an indie, like we'll know. You know?
Yeah, I think the issue is every year we start our Toady spreadsheet in like September or October. Maybe we should just start it now.
Maybe. Yeah.
It would make more sense.
Especially if like a quick like not recommendation, but if one of us like if there was like a column that said the show's good or the show's okay, not like full recommendation, like go spend your time on it, but
just comment field like don't waste your time.
Like right. If Caleb watches The Equalizer and says it's absolute trash, like we know not to watch it.
I mean, everything
we
I've
think
been
something's
seeing all week
decent.
is The Equalizer is the most star-studded show on CBS. I mean, that's all
America's
they
Most
keep
Watched
telling.
Network.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely this will be on that list. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
Last Chance U is good. I mean, it's
I don't know which one of their producers picked this school, but they picked the perfect school to do this at. And like it gives you like a feeling of hope in some ways, and also just like completely crushes what you're thinking about these kids, and just everything all the time. It's just the gamut of emotions is just crazy. They did a fantastic job. I want to talk more about like what actually happens, so I'm curious when you guys finish it. We need to talk more about that.
How many episodes is that?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, you should go back and watch like season 2 of Last Chance U, the football one.
Yeah.
The one with the guys. It's a school in Kansas. That was really good as well. I think because I think season 1 was a different one, but season 2 was the one in Kansas. That one's really good too. So if you enjoyed this one, you'll like the football one too.
Yeah. I caught up on Kim's Convenience, which is a Canadian comedy.
Sure.
It's okay. It's fine.
Is that on a Canadian network? Or
It's on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix now. Okay.
And I think Netflix actually holds the rights to it now. I think it might be like produced by Netflix now, but it's only got a couple more episodes left before it's just done. So I caught up to it so I could watch the finale. But it's good. It's not great. There are better comedies out there. And then I did watch Murder Among the Mormons, Jason.
Okay.
That show, I think, starts out really strong, and then the last like half hour, I was like, I'm done. You've already revealed all the mystery, and you just keep going.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's only 3 episodes, so I don't know if we're gonna watch it or not. But it starts out really good because you're not entirely sure what's going on,
Right.
and the mystery is good. But then once they do reveal it, then they go really hard into the reveal, right?
Yeah.
Like too much. That reminds me of kind of like McMillions in that way. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of thing, except McMillions is like 2 episodes too long.
Right.
You know?
That's what I did appreciate, was that this was only 3 episodes, because it even drug those 3 episodes. So if they would have
Right.
tried to do 8 or something, that would have been horrible.
Oh, yeah. And that was my big problem with McMillions is what if that was
Yeah,
just 3 episodes, then it would have been way better.
right.
So,
That
yeah,
and
I agree with you. I do, but I think the general story is like I was 1 when this happened, but it's
yeah,
like
I
it's
learned a
pretty
lot about
shocking.
humans. Yeah, and the other part that like every single, well, it's because it's Utah, but every single like person involved, their name is just like, and then John Johnson showed up, and then Tim Smith, and then it's just like they all have really really common names, so it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
keep track of who is who.
That's
You want to mute again?
I thought it was this guy.
Yeah.
Or yeah, you're right because the names do blend together.
Yep.
White Mormon guy.
And then I was on a really big like unscripted kick, I guess. I watched a
Mm.
show on what was it even on? I watched a show called For Heaven's Sake. This is about a two comedians. They work for Funny or Die. And one of them had a great uncle who disappeared in Canada just randomly, and no one ever figured out what happened. The cops just kind of gave up on the case, and it was a cold case for, I mean, this has been like 90 years now, and they decide they're going to try to find him or what happened to him. So it's really interesting because you don't. Um, this is on Paramount Plus. That's what it's on.
Okay.
So you don't really know. You'd think like this is an 80-year-old cold case, so they're not going to find anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they actually do find some really interesting leads. So it's pretty compelling all the way through. I won't spoil what happens at the end, but it's pretty good. I actually really liked it. I think the reason why I looked at the reviews and they're kind of all over the place, and it seems like a lot of people expected this to be American Vandal because it was two comedians running it.
Mm.
And
There
it's
you go.
it's not. It's like straight. It's a like one of those docu-series,
Mm.
And then lastly, I'm assuming Logan, you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I have not had time.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I've
Well,
been
we'll
watching
hold
so
off
much
on that then.
basketball that I have not had time to watch it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I will probably not watch it until my kids get back in Wednesday-ish.
I think you're really gonna like it. I think you are really gonna like it.
Okay, it's hitting that Marvel thing.
It is Marvel ass Marvel.
Okay,
It has none of the weirdness of WandaVision. It is back to straight laced Marvel Marvel.
is it Captain America and the Winter Soldier Marvel, or is it like Endgame Marvel?
The former.
Okay.
It is like straight and narrow
Yeah,
Marvel.
I mean, if it's a straight up spy show like Captain America and the Winter Soldier, that movie was, I think that'll be all right. I think that stays in its lane
Yeah.
for what it is. If it tries to be something it's not, then that will be a bummer. But
I will
mm,
be really curious to see the reaction. I know the reaction right now is super positive. I think
mhm,
just because a lot of people are Marvel fans.
mhm.
But and I guess the reviewers only got episode 1 as a screener.
Yeah,
So I will be curious once critics actually get their hands on more episodes, how the reviews go,
mhm.
because I think it's going to diverge. I don't. This is not WandaVision. I don't think it's going to be universally loved.
No, and I have my expectations are very here.
Yeah. So I think
Mhm,
Marvel fans are going to go one way, and people that aren't necessarily
mhm.
into it are going to go another. But
My
we'll
expectations of this
see.
show are here. My expectations for the Loki show are like here.
Yeah.
Like I have high expectations for that show. That probably just because of my love for that character and the directions that they could go with that, because they can go full batshit crazy with that show and nothing matters, because the entire point of that show is, hey, what happened if in this alternate timeline, Loki, after he took the Tesseract, what could he do with it?
Yeah.
It can go. It
I
can do
like Marvel
whatever.
when they go weird.
Yeah, it can go
So,
full weird,
yeah,
and that's what I'm wanting it to do. But it will. That show starts in June, I think. So we got a while for that one.
yeah.
Is that full? Is that Tom Hiddleston?
Tom Hiddleston. Yep.
That's interesting that he's. I mean, he's not a nobody these days, so that's.
Well, but he's also a no. He's not a nobody because of of the character he played. Yeah, I mean,
I've liked him in other stuff
I know,
besides the
but
Marvel one.
but as a major movie star, the Marvel movies tend
Yeah,
to elevate people to a degree that they may not have been before.
his favorite role of my, or yeah, my favorite role of his,
Mhm.
sorry, is the Night Manager. It
Yeah,
was a
that's what I was just gonna think. I
miniseries
was like,
on
you're gonna.
AMC. I
Uh,
love that. I love it. But that also helps because is it Hugh Laurie? Is that
Hugh
house?
Laurie's
Hugh
in
Yeah.
that
Laurie?
movie too.
He's in it too. I
I
mean, that's
know
a
new
really
house.
good miniseries.
I am concerned though that the other lead character in the Loki show is Owen Wilson. That
Oh,
could go badly because I don't think Owen Wilson's done anything good since Wedding Crashers. Like everybody's thinking for a minute, like, has he?
Yeah, well,
Wait.
I always get him confused with his brother too. So,
hmm
uh,
Yeah, Wedding Crashers was 2005. Let me run through his IMDb here and see if there's been anything
Logan's just
good.
all about killing Owen Wilson. He's not gonna let it go, Caleb. Let's just kill
No.
him.
Oh wait, no. You know what? You, Me, and Dupree came out in 2006. I liked that movie. We have a
what?
Dupree. Um,
We
uh,
do have a Dupree.
as I'm looking through here, the Marmaduke movie. No thanks. Little Fockers.
Oh, he's in. Yeah, he's in a bunch of the Wes Anderson stuff.
Hall Pass. The Big Year. The Internship, which was what they were trying to recreate that magic with him and Vince Vaughn, didn't work. Um, Done a lot of voiceover work in animated shows. Um, nope, nope. Uh, oh, there was Zoolander 2, which I don't know if anybody watched it.
Why would you? Why would anyone watch that?
I don't know. Father Figures. Not sure what that is. Yeah, he really hasn't done anything since then.
My favorite thing that he's done, now that I'm looking into this, is
Mm.
Bottle Rocket, which is one of
One of
Wes
his
Anderson's
first
movies.
movies too.
Yeah, 1996. But that movie's fantastic.
I can't say I've ever seen it. So.
I watched one television show
Mm-hmm.
in the
What's
past
that?
few weeks. I watched Your Honor.
Oh, is
I
that as
watched.
bad as everybody thinks?
I don't think it's that bad at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I dare say it's good.
I
Wow.
dare say it's good.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. And maybe it's because it could be because I was expecting like a really bad television show. It's not that. I mean, it's well composed, well directed. It's lit like a premium show. It's shot like a premium show. It could be because I think Bryan Cranston is a freaking genius, but like that show's not bad. It's not a 60. Like it's closer to like a 75. Like it's okay.
Okay.
Um it does it does tension really well, and I don't know if you guys know anything about the premise, but the whole mini series is about a cover up between a father and a son. And they do a really good job of like when the stakes are really high and one of them could put themselves in a situation where they're going to compromise the other, or one doesn't do a good job of covering for the other one, like they're in it together. And so there's a bunch of moving pieces that are pretty complicated, and it's surprisingly effective. um it's got problems, it's not perfect, but I thought it was going to be like unwatchable, and it's not that. I mean, it's not unwatchable. So
Hmm.
I don't. You guys, I may have to have one of you guys check me on the show. Like maybe it is because I love Bryan Cranston, but I don't think so. I really don't think that show's bad at all. I'm excited to finish it. 5 episodes in, it's it's okay.
Is
I
it
mean, it's
um Is it a limited series or is it
I think so.
okay?
I'm pretty sure it's limited. It's a 10 episode run. It was advertised as a limited series, so I don't see why it would turn into, unless there's something that happens at the end of the 10th episode that leaves things open ended. But but I don't know. Yeah.
Hmm.
I yeah, I like that show a lot. Bryan Cranston gets a ton of screen time, which is probably what helps elevate it because some of the other actors in that show aren't great. So
Mm,
maybe that's the issue. I don't know.
got it.
And these are actors that have done good work elsewhere. So it could be
Bad writing.
writing direction thing,
Mm,
maybe. And Cranston is just like he's so good he can rise above anything, kind of the way that um I don't know, I guess the way that sorry, Bob Odenkirk.
mm,
Like he's always okay in everything and he's brilliant in Better Call Saul, but he's always good. You know, maybe it's that similarity. I don't
mm,
know.
mm.
Yeah, I like that show. It's good. That was it. Otherwise, basketball, basketball, basketball. That's
Yeah.
been it.
Pretty much been basketball for me. The only other thing I watched this week, which I sent you guys just a photo from, was I watched AEW Dynamite this week, and there was a women's match that was equal to an evil match in ECW. So, like, it was, yeah, like it was a hell of a women's match. I have not seen women beat the living hell out of themselves to the point where they're just a bloody mess like they did on on that show. So if you ever get a chance, yeah, I think they might upload that to YouTube or something to just because it was so ridiculous. But yeah, that was a match. that was that was something. Otherwise, I got nothing.
I did play a couple of games.
Oh
Want
yeah.
to talk about that?
Hit it.
I played some more of Persona Strikers.
Hmm.
I think there's just too much going on in that game from a
Yeah,
gameplay standpoint.
there is.
I think it's really impressive that they were able to translate everything that's going on in Persona 5 into this like Muso type system. But I think they should have taken a step back and instead of saying, can we, they should have said, should we?
Should be.
Because there's just too many, like, there's baton passes, there's
Hmm.
elemental weaknesses, there's the guns, there's everything that's in Persona 5 is translated over here. But then when I get into a battle, I hit square 5 times and it's over. It's like
Hmm.
just don't. I haven't gotten to a boss yet, so maybe bosses are different.
Oh,
But
okay. You haven't.
You'll do elemental stuff
So
on
you
the
haven't
bow.
finished a jail yet?
no, I haven't. I played another maybe hour of it, and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it.
I just started the second jail, and I keep telling myself, why am I still playing this? I'm not even sure if I'm having fun with this. But then I get to a story part and I'm like, oh, the story part's good. And then I
Yeah,
get to the gameplay and I'm like, God, I don't like this. Just,
yeah. It's just there's for me, it's just because there's too much. I don't ever feel like I know what I should be doing at any given time. I feel like I have 50 options
mm-hmm.
and I don't know which one's the best one, but I also have one that's super effective just mashing. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird. It's a weird feeling.
I'm about 20 hours in, and I finally now feel like I understand the nuances of the combat, but it took a long time, and I felt exactly like you did at
Okay.
the point. Eventually, casting spells will matter, SP will matter, how
Mm.
you go in the bond tree will matter, but
I feel
it
like they should
it
have
took me a long time to get there.
maybe they should have spaced out the tutorials a little bit more because I feel like I don't
Yeah.
really even understand one concept and then they're dropping three more on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
It comes in hot, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, do you get at ever a point where you can customize and tell your people to stop using spells all the time? Because I
I
feel
don't
like
think so.
whenever I'm not controlling somebody, they just blow through their SP like no other. And then by the time like I want to baton pass over to them, I'm like, great, you have no SP left. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever control that. What I would suggest
Hmm.
there is actually taking control of them.
Oh yeah.
Instead of doing a baton pass, just
Hmm.
take control of them.
Yeah, because it's like like right now it's like I've only got Morgana that has a cure spell for the most part, and well, I think Makoto I think does too. But it's like if she uses all of her SP, then I go to switch over to use it, and it's depleted because they used wind 20 times.
Sounds like Kingdom Hearts.
hmm Yeah, but you can't switch over to like Donald. Like, I mean, that's like you can't even switch to him. But then if you go,
You
you
should,
think you're like switching over to him, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, like.
Yeah.
But at least in
if
Kingdom
it's
Hearts, you had the chance to say like, hey, use spells less, or use
Right.
them all the
Okay.
time. And this one, you have no option.
if it's between that and Yakuza, Logan, you got to go back to Yakuza. Yakuza is a better game.
I think I actually agree. Like I would rather hear your opinions on Yakuza, even having not played it, than
I
I
mean,
would.
the Persona 5 gang, like awesome. The stories are good in
Not
Strikers.
great.
It's just not there. You know, like
Mhm.
it's good but that's because you love those characters and you love their stories originally.
Mhm.
This is just more of that at a lesser quality.
Mhm.
And Yakuza is, you talked about professional wrestling a little bit, like Logan, whatever part of your brain, man, that loves professional wrestling, I'm
It likes
telling
the
you,
absurdity of yeah.
you will get to parts of Yakuza that will make you tear up laughing. I mean, it's just, I would, if you were going to go in an RPG, whatever, I guess this isn't really an RPG, but if you were going to go in a
It still is
Japanese
kind of
gaming
yeah.
direction,
Uh
Yakuza is the choice. It's the choice because it's fun to play,
huh. Mhm.
and also the story content is better. And that hurts to say. I don't like
Mhm.
saying that because I really do like the Persona 5 world.
Mhm.
But this isn't Persona 5. This is Persona 5 Strikers.
That is true. You know what? And I can send that back, and maybe I can get Balan Wonderworld in gameplay.
There you go.
I'm going to get off this podcast because talk about why I don't understand why people do things. I don't understand why Caleb's heading in the direction with that game that he is. Someone stop this man. Someone step in. Someone shove a quesalupa down this man's throat. A quesalupa
Jason, I don't
of
think the you I don't think you understand about the way my brain works. If there is a checklist of things to do, I want them all checked off. I want them checked.
It doesn't
I
matter if
don't
it's
want
good or
them not
bad.
checked.
there's checklists in Yakuza Like a Dragon, Caleb.
But not like that.
Sure,
Is there a
there are
checklist in Balan
things.
Wonderworld?
Well, there's like a number that ticks up with how many collectibles you have.
Mm.
That's what it is. I need to have all of those collectibles.
I can build you a
Gotta
sub
catch
story
'em
and
all.
mission story list for Yakuza, and you could check those off. I could check off gear that you need to
Mhm.
go get. I could check off
Well, let me tell you
farming
about the
XP
other
spots.
checklist game that I've been playing.
Can you check
Oh,
off
God.
from Star Trek? Okay,
Yeah,
go
Tell
ahead.
me.
I went back to Assassin's Creed, and I've been
Oh,
playing a lot of Assassin's Creed
Okay.
that's
because
a time filler for you.
it is. I love putting on a podcast and then clearing out an area. Just that is bliss.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm about 20 hours in now, and I've barely done any of the story content.
You're going to get to a point, though, where you can't do all that side quest
Yeah.
stuff, and you're going to have to
That's
advance at
that's
some
what I've been
point.
doing is I've been going up to the point where there's like a fort or whatever that you can't get into without doing the story, and then do the story up till that point.
There you go.
And then go on to the next collectible area, and that's what I've been doing.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah. At least wise that game looks nice.
it
I mean,
looks really nice.
it's not hurting your eyes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I have I did go back and I've been playing more Bowser's Fury.
Okay, cool.
I never because I hadn't finished that part yet. So I've been doing that as early on in basketball games when it's like the first half and it's not nothing too crazy to watch. Like I'm just kind of like, oh, play this for a while, and then gets to be some close games. I'll put it down and then pick it back up again later. And
Yeah.
so it's still scratching that itch. So Bowser's Fury is pretty solid.
I'm going to need somebody switch near the end of the year
Yeah, you're
so
gonna
I
need to
can
play
check
this.
that out
Mhm.
Yep.
because you guys aren't the only ones who think it's good. So,
Mhm.
I don't know if you'll like it or not, but you should definitely at least.
oh, really? There's a chance I won't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least at some point, though, I think you and Ellie could play the first world or so, first couple worlds of in 3D World. So I think that would be
Okay.
that'll at least be fun for you.
Yeah, maybe she likes Astro. She's playing a little bit of Kingdom
Mhm.
Hearts, so she's
Mhm.
getting around to it.
So All right.
Last thing I played was I played a little bit of Loop Hero. Have you guys heard of
What
this?
is that?
It's
I
a
feel,
Devolver game,
yeah, that's how I know
and
it.
it's going to be really hard to explain because it's not like anything else. But it's so you're this. It's pixel art, and there's a loop on the screen, like literally a path that goes in a circle, and you're a guy that goes around this loop, and along the way, you're picking up tiles that you can place down on the spots around or inside the loop, and those tiles do different things, like they'll spawn an enemy or they'll spawn a treasure chest or stuff like that. Every time you make a loop, they'll do a different thing. um, then so when an enemy spawns in your path and you run into them, you do battle with them, and it's all automated battles, like you don't control the character during the battle. And then that enemy will drop gear or more tiles or resources. The gear you equip, and then it uses that in the battles. The tiles then you place down around, and they do different things. And then the resources, after you complete, like you can choose to stop doing a loop anytime you want, and then go back to your base camp, and then use those resources to build up your camp. And essentially, the story is that the whole world is destroyed, so you're trying to build the world back up again because you're the only thing that was left. So it's kind of you're trying to get those resources so that you can build a new thing every time. Um, and I think the story is really cool because the first time you run into stuff, like for instance, the first time I put a bunch of hills together in one corner, and it turned into a mountain, which was cool. I didn't expect that to happen. But then harpies started spawning off of that mountain and coming down to my loop. And the first time I ran into a harpy, it went to a conversation between the loop hero and the harpy. And the harpy was like, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm trying to rebuild the world." And the harpy said, "That world sucked. Like it was not built for us.
Oh
I don't
wow.
want you to rebuild that world. All I care about is like my children growing up, my baby's getting stronger. So I'm gonna kill you right now so that I can eat you because I don't care about you rebuilding the world."
Hmm.
So it's just a lot of stuff like that'll happen. It's really cool. I don't think it's necessarily a game that is for me, just because it does seem a little grindy. And it's also got that roguelike thing where if
Mm.
you fail a loop, if you fail, you lose your stuff. So then you just have to start a new loop over again. Apparently the bosses are like really, really overpowered. So if you do enough loops, the boss will show up and then you have to fight them. But apparently they're like super overpowered. And I don't know if I have it in me to like grind that stuff out. I think it's really cool, but I just I don't think I'm gonna keep playing it.
Hmm. Sounds
But yeah,
interesting. I
that's
just yeah, but at the same time, when you say all the other stuff, I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, this one looks like a pass for me, Caleb, unless for some reason you think it's an absolute like revelation.
right. It's also only on PC at the moment, so it'd be hard for you guys to play. But
I do remember seeing this, but maybe the Devolver showcase thing or something, but I do
yeah,
remember it now.
I know there's a lot of people on the internet that love this, so you
Mm.
might see it on other people's end of the year lists,
Mm.
but I don't think it'll make mine.
Well, if anyone spends enough time on it, or if media spends enough collective time on it, then it'll wind up on lists, right?
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that it'll wind up on ours, or we'll necessarily like something.
right.
That I mean, that happens to us with these isometric RPGs. You know,
Yeah,
we
Hmm.
don't all necessarily love those, but they'll get like a freaking 96 Metacritic on it, and
right.
everybody will love
Hmm.
it, and we'll be like, "This is 120 hours, and we don't really like these games." You know, that's
Yeah.
just our thing.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's it for me. I know I had a lot to talk about. Thank
No,
you for
you're fine.
indulging
Well,
me.
yeah, when you have a week off, I mean, what do you
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
doing things that you're doing entertainment things, so I would like to
I
take a week off
finally
and do
in the
entertainment
past 2
things.
days it's been a little nicer out, so I finally got a chance to do some stuff outside. But earlier in the week it was just like cold and
Cold and
rainy.
rainy all week. Yeah, I was kind of just out, so I get you. All right. Well, I think that's it for this week. So next week we've got Chipotle quesadillas, uh,
Delicious.
and I guess just a regular podcast next week. I don't think we have any special events for next week. Could be a short one. Don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. There's
Maybe.
also a bunch of games coming out at the end of March. So
Yeah, things for into first quarter. So maybe that might be a thing.
maybe
So
that's what we do. Should we try to do a quarterly review type of thing?
I like that idea.
the review of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah, if we're running short on things, we can just say, hey, here was the quarter in review.
Here were our favorite shows, games from the first quarter.
There you go.
Fast food.
Let's build that
Yeah,
spreadsheet.
let's get that spreadsheet, that TV show spreadsheet built. And the game spreadsheet too. Let's just go ahead and get those both going. The Goaty and the Toady list for 2021. Let's get them built.
I like it.
Get them out there. All right, sounds good. Well, this has been the Master of Unlocking podcast, and we'll see you next week.